Number 5. Understanding core art fundamentals makes you a master of style. Without a doubt, from what I've seen so far from all the game artists shown on this channel, I'm most impressed by Akihiko Yoshida's understanding of styles. If you want to see how style progresses in different IPs, he's your guy. He knows how to do chibi in all types of volumes, or any conventional or realistic manga styles for that matter. All with his personal take on it. It really doesn't matter to him if it's a painted style, or that the art pieces expresses more light-hearted and vibrant tones. He effortlessly shows that he can do so with the same characters in one IP, in which of course Bravely Default is a great example of. In my eyes, this man is one of the most talented on this list when it comes to adapting to different styles, while remaining true to his core. To elaborate, most of the times, the eyes and head shape are the main giveaways to see if he was involved in the art piece. His style is so appealing that most gamers can appreciate his illustrations no matter if they are a fan of the IP. Moreover, other professional artists are clearly influenced and inspired by his works as well, which to me says a lot. Number 4. A good character design can reach millions. There are so many great character designers out there that I've dedicated a whole channel to them. Nevertheless, when it comes to popularity within the community, Tetsuya Nomura takes a potato chip and eats it, and we all know why that is. Jokes aside, it is not just because of clout. Nomura has created numerous cool and fitting characters based on the story instructions he was given. Moreover, when he writes his own story, despite of your personal opinion, he still shows us that he can make the characters extremely memorable. This also applies to people who are not even interested in these games. His characters are unforgettable in the RPG genre, and even outside it, because I've heard comments like, "Isn't that dude from Final Fantasy? Isn't that manga boy from the game you always played as a kid? Isn't he a bit emo?" The truth is, Nomura is at the top tier of game character designers. Even side characters like Zack and Aaron are well loved by the community. Both are brave and confident, but one of them is energetic and positive, and you can immediately tell who it is. Let's face it, there's something to be said when a character who only appears in 2 flashbacks left such a lasting impression that he got himself his own game. A question for Final Fantasy fans: if we switch the designs of Zack with, let's say, our good old buddy Zell, will it have the same effect? To me, that's a clear no. There's a reason Zack has a darker hair color and long, spiky hair that falls towards his rear. His design contradicts Cloud's own. And that's why Nomura knows what he's doing. However, there's only one thing I keep saying about Nomura's works. And I know many people do the same because it's true. Number 3. Your own art style makes you who you are. This is something you can definitely see in Akira Toriyama's work. Maybe you are not into his style, but let's face it, his manga style is eye-catching and memorable. And it is probably the most recognized in the world. His 3 biggest franchises, Dragon Ball, Chrono Trigger and Dragon Quest, are worshipped in Japan, especially during their prime. To add on, for most 90s kids who like to draw manga, his style was probably one of the first fan arts they tried. Even professional mangaka have mastered this style in their own way. And that's the keynote. I believe all artists should focus on and embrace their own style. That is also one of the coolest things, seeing it develop and progress over the years until it reaches its peak of greatness. Preferences aside, whether you like it or not, emphasizing your own human style is especially important in this rising world of AI. And in my eyes, every artist should embrace this, if you want to stand out from the crowd, that is. Number 2. Specialize and master a theme. This might be obvious, but in this case, Ayami Kojima takes the cake, as she has a unique gothic themed art style which is a perfect fit for not only the Castlevania series, also other dark themed stories that she worked on in the light novel industry. She's a self-taught artist and uses mixed media to get the maximum out of her paintings. And I think that's why she was so specialized, as she was probably laser focused on improving what she liked without being forced to test her creativity in a school setting. To me, she keeps a gothic theme at heart, and is excellent at expressing story concepts similar to what a well-crafted poster will do. Focusing mainly on illustrations that include youthful Bishonen characters which fit the vampire theme, based on the late Middle Ages. This is next level stuff right here, and kudos to you if you can match your level. Number 1. Asymmetry is the key to good art. I'll say it again, asymmetry is the key for good art. And no, I'm not talking about asymmetric placements of facial features. Yoi Shinkawa is the easiest example of asymmetry done right. Because if there's one thing that blew my mind as an artist, it's understanding how to use this principle effectively and deliberately with intent. Depending on your art journey, if you understand and know how to use this with purpose, you can captivate way more people with your art. To expand on, it's true that we humans favor symmetry in objects, animals and other people. For instance, the more symmetrical a face is, the more appealing it is. Of course, perfect symmetry looks repelling, unnatural or even cartoonish, or maybe even machine-like. That said, when we look at scenery art, be it forests, the sea, mountains, or even man-made city landscapes, all of them are intensely asymmetrical, but definitely have their own natural appeal. Yoi Shinkawa shows us this asymmetrical nature all the time, from the eyes, hair and overall outlook. Without a doubt, all pros on this list do this, be it in their character design, line art and color choices. But in this case, Shinkawa is the best example to get the point across. As a small fun fact, these old-style Japanese art pieces you might have seen in your life embrace this core principle as well. In a personal story, it was when I took a short course in Sumii from a Tokyo University art teacher that it clicked in my mind. When I showed the teacher Shinkawa's style, she had a funny reaction and was definitely impressed by his skill, and I think we all can agree why. I'm fancy light novel author GP Vugs, and with so many excellent game artists shown on this channel, there are way more fundamentals to present based on their art alone. And maybe you have some to share as well.